Welcome to the Season 6 recap. As always, this is every video I made throughout Season 6 in one big video. At the end, there's a really cool cinematic again, and make sure you've watched all of the other season recaps before. So, I don't want to talk too long, let's go. We are still alone in this fight against the giant white dragon, so it might be a good idea if we just add an army of 20 guys with swords, thanks to this comment right here. Okay, then let's start. Do you think this army is strong enough to deal a little bit of damage? What do you think? With only swords and shields, they might be a little weak still, and that's why we're adding Coach Tyler Wall next. First of all, obviously, rest in peace. You wanted him to do a lot of damage, but I think one simple attack wouldn't do him justice at all. So I'm gonna add the Coach Tyler Wall buff. This will strengthen all attacks by any attacker we add this whole season. And he can train our army the whole time. But that's still not enough, because you wanted to give one of our soldiers Excalibur. So obviously I gave it to one of the soldiers. Now the army is fully prepared and ready to strike. But first, country corner. Okay, now it's finally time for the damage, and for a first attack this season, this is a huge chunk. Remember, follow and comment your ideas, because the fight against the evil white giant dragon continues. Maybe a little sneaky golem can do damage to this dragon while distracting him with a lot of Roblox characters. Yes, I'm back. But if this video doesn't get 2 billion views, I will be gone again tomorrow. First up is 2-Time from Forsaken. Let's draw him real quick to distract the dragon. Next up is Red from Roblox Rainbow Friends. Yay! Subscribe. Do you think this will distract the dragon or not? Next up is Bacon. Nah, wait, Sneaky Golem has already been deployed! The tactic worked! He's walking over there like he owns the battlefield. But we need one final distraction, the Ancients from Blocktails, which might actually be the only Roblox character in this video that actually looks strong. But now that everything is done, let's actually check out the damage. Oh boy, I'm very excited for the damage. It might actually be... He doubled the damage! What do you think could do more? Comment and follow. And make sure that I get my 2 billion views, because I will delete my account. To fight against this dragon you wanted Flame Dragon, Toothless, Blue Dragon, Fire Dragon, another dragon. And that's a lot, so let's see what happens. I decided to go with the Fire Dragon first, so I quickly drew him up, added the lines, and then added the color as usual. Then I went ahead and made the Blue Dragon, and I kind of thought these looked like elemental dragons, so you just said another dragon, and I made one that is like electric. So we have 3 elemental dragons, and they remind me a little bit of the 3 legendary Pokemon. They still need a leader though. So I drew Toothless in front of them to be the leader of the dragons. This guy's right, by the way. Stop commenting first everywhere. Now let's do a quick dragon damage check, which is a lot for the 4 dragons alone. Still not done, because we still need job application for the dragon, which actually scared him a little bit. There's one final addition left, a turtle with laser eyes. This guy has actually been asking for 3 years. Let's check the turtle's laser damage. That's pretty okay. What would you add in the next episode? Comment. Let's add Spongebob to the fight. As usual, do the line work first and then add some color. I made him really small, so it was hard to draw the details, but I gave him his little head, and he did some damage. Let's add a bunch of weird weapons and extras, because the fight against the giant white dragon is getting out of control. First up, a Uno reverse card. Maybe the dragon will damage itself. We'll need to wait for it to attack though. So while we wait, let's add this guy with a lightsaber. Okay, done. And he did some damage. While I add the damage, subscribe. Next up, you wanted a little guy with a toy hammer. And he just slammed the dragon's foot, and wow, that made him mad. But this is the attack we've been waiting for. Let's check out the Uno reverse card. The Uno reverse card worked. He damaged himself, but the card is broken now. Next up, you wanted to improve the army we have by giving them armor, so I quickly did that. And the next thing is to give a guy a Nokia sword, which is basically indestructible. And he also did some damage. Let's add Wally West, aka Flash, to the battle against the dragon. He's a literal superhero, so he will surely do some damage. What else do you think could do a little bit of damage? Comment below. And done. He actually did a good chunk of damage. So what should I add next? Really, the Death Star and the clone army, they better do damage. Let's go. First, drawing the Death Star hiding up here in the clouds. While I do that, add your friend who still thinks this dragon's unbeatable. Alright, getting some detail in and done. It's ready to fire and hit. The dragon scales are tough though, but this busted a hole clean through them. Now let's bring the Jedi, starting with Obi-Wan on the high ground and Anakin right below him, obviously. Who do you like more, Obi-Wan or Anakin? Now the clone army, with a Venator right here in the back and some gunships bringing in some clones. And while I add the clones, comment what kind of characters I should add next. Okay, ground troops are done. Now this is looking more and more like an actual war zone. Let's check the total damage. Yo, I think that's the biggest chunk of damage we've done yet. So let me know if you want more clones or more characters from Star Wars. So what now? What insane character or idea should we add next? Comment below. Let's see if LeBron James can dunk on the dragon. I quickly just added a hoop on the life bar. And now we only need to add LeBron dunking on the dragon. And judging by that damage, he clearly humiliated the dragon. Let's add Dexter Morgan and his brother Brian Moser. I decided to put them on Dexter's boat, called Slice of Life. So I simply added the boat on the river, added Dexter, his brother with a little body bag, and they did some damage. So what should I add next? You clearly wanted Minecraft characters in this battle, so let's go. First up, the legendary Technoblade. Add your friends to pay respects. I'm making sure he looks like an actual king, and done. And to further protect him, I'm adding a bunch of iron golems around him. Together they will surely amount for a lot of damage, but we need to move on first, because that's not it yet. Since this is a dragon fight, we're obviously adding the Ender Dragon. Big wings, glowing eyes, spewing that dragon breath on the other dragon. The collective damage must already be really high. So let's just add... Wait, what is that? No way, I think Herobrine just entered the battle. Well, he didn't enter, he just spawned. And what is that? It looks like he's spawning TNT. A lot of it right over the dragon. And it's all falling down on him. Guys, I think this fight could be over really quick. Because that's a lot of damage. What should we add next? Comment below. Let's put a fish in the river we did last time. This is a pretty peaceful addition, so this fish isn't gonna do damage, obviously. If you have another suggestion, just put them in the comments to add them to this giant battle. Let's add a stickman with a purple lightsaber to this big battle to see if it can damage this big dragon. So let's sketch up our little guy here. Then give him some line work and finally do the lightsaber blades. Now let's check out if this little fella did some damage. And yes, a little bit. So you want me to add all the variants of to the battle against the giant white dragon? Well, I very strongly believe that they are gonna do a lot of damage. So make sure you subscribe, like the commenter who suggested this did. But now let's focus on all the variants of since this one is already done. Now the next one is called Omni-Invincible because he looks like Omni-Man.
Are you sure?
Huh? Sure, yeah, I'm sure. Why wouldn't it be? Which one is your favorite out of all of them? And do you think they will do the most damage yet? Because I think Invincible alone would be really strong, but we got like 12. Now let's also let a couple on the rear of the dragon, so we can cover that too. This one is my favorite, by the way.
Are you sure?
Anyways, let's just speed through the rest of them, because this took really long and there are so much of them. So let's just add two little ones in the distance there, and the last remaining one so we can finally see the damage. Okay, this is getting more and more. And yes, this paid off 100%. They did more than half of all the other damage combined.
Are you sure?
Can Steve from the Minecraft movie do some damage to the white dragon? There's only one way to find out, and that is to draw him into the boss battle. As always, I'm starting with a sketch. Oh, and I'm placing him right beside the river, quickly adding another fish into it as well. Now I'll be drawing his outlines, which is always my favorite part. And while I do that, comment what I should add to take down the white dragon. So take a second to think about it and follow me so you don't miss if I add you. I'll be dropping some big content soon, so a follow is definitely paying off.
I'm pooping.
Yo, never leave a comment like that again, what the Steve. Anyways, time for the colors. Just a bit more, and Steve is done. Now let's continue with the video and check if he can do any damage. Let's take a look at the life bar. But before I finally show the damage, make sure to leave a follow and a like. And yes, Steve actually did a lot of damage. See you next time.
I'm Steve.
I did Wally West dirty and I need to apologize. A couple days ago I added who I thought was Wally West to my boss battle and let him do only a little bit of damage because I thought he was just a pretty quick guy. But then I saw this comment.
You don't know who Wally West is? He is the fastest man in fiction.
I don't think he's the fastest man in fiction. I mean, he's...
Wally West, in particular, has been portrayed as reaching speeds beyond comprehension, even surpassing the limits of physics and time.
I think we should actually add Wally West, aka Kid Flash, aka the nephew of Normal Flash to the battle now. Let's just say this old guy is Normal Flash and the one I'm drawing right here is Wally West. And now let's actually let him do some damage that fits his power level. Okay, so he's done and now let's check out the damage. Is that better according to his power level, or do you think he still needs to do more damage? Maybe there's a whole nother character that I could add, so leave a comment. Mr. Impossible is weak. Last episode everyone begged me to add him to the boss battle, because apparently he can do anything impossible. Some even said he could solo the white dragon, but I don't think so. And while I'm adding him, here's why. In the book, he flies, turns invisible, and kicks a ball so high it freezes. Sure, but that's it. We never see more. For all we know, he's just a regular hero who says he does the impossible. Let's not forget that he called helping a 4th grader with a math problem and reading a book upside down impossible. And even if he could do the impossible, once he does it, isn't it technically possible? Can he still do it after doing it once? In the book he even says that nothing is impossible himself, which kinda defeats his whole thing. I will add only a little bit of damage, because he has some kind of super abilities. For me to believe he actually can do the impossible, we need to see him do a lot more than what he did. Until then, he's just another guy with a few powers. So do you agree, or do you think he can actually do anything? Tell me in the comments. Not adding the Quickster to my boss battle was a mistake, because a lot of you reminded me he might actually be faster than Wally West, or at least way stronger. So today I'm officially drawing the Quickster into the boss fight and placing him right here, hoping that he can do more damage than Wally West to the dragon boss. But why is Spongebob so strong? It's because his strength is based on Toon Force, meaning he's strong when it's funny for him to be strong in the story. Like turning the whole world around, unraveling the universe, and probably even being invincible.
Make sure to like this video.
Now when it comes to speed, he ran to a mountain and back without the camera even noticing.
Wanna see me run to that mountain and back? You wanna see me do it again?
So what do you think? Is Spongebob the fastest, or is there another one that's way faster? Leave a comment. Okay, and he's done drawing. Now let's check out the damage. Here it is, and as expected, Toon Force is OP. He did more damage than Wally West. So comment what I should add next. Is Surprise Attack really that strong?
Bro just hates surprise attack.
What? No, who even said that? Well, maybe I hate him, because he needs to be at least strong enough to deal damage to our dragon boss. If you don't know, Surprise Attack's strength is basically to perform surprise attacks. He once even performed a surprise attack within a flashback.
Now I can finally destroy this city. I spent all my life trying to fit into society. Who attacks people inside a flashback?
He's also seemingly invincible, but he does not show any signs of super strength or similar. As you can see, he just has a simple scythe and a bow staff. By the way, tomorrow I will reveal something big, so make sure to follow and subscribe. So Surprise Attack is done, and he definitely managed to surprise the dragon. But he didn't really do damage. Yet, because his real strength is to be extremely unpredictable, he holds the power to defy logic itself. Now tell me, does that damage do him justice? Leave a comment. And also leave a comment on who I should add next. Can a potion make these fish in the river stronger? You wanted me to buff the fish in the river, so I'll do it, and we will see if they'll deal damage to the dragon boss after. So let's start drawing, but today I have an announcement to make. You can now become a YouTube member! What? That's right, you'll get tiers, emojis, and access to a private member Discord. Wow! And the best part is, the Stickman tier is only 99 cents. But what about the Legend tier? That includes everything from the Stickman tier, but also a custom profile picture drawn by me. Just like these, or mine. And that's only $5.99! Anyways, back to the fish. They're really buff now, but I'm also adding some other comments. For example, a duck. This person. Letting the dragon fight back? Why? Alright guys, it healed. But that's nothing a sneaky golem can't fix, right? Well, we aren't really on the same damage level as we were before. But next episode I'm gonna add a lot of Star Wars stuff. So comment what I should add next. See you in the next one. Can all the Star Wars characters you requested deal damage to this huge white dragon in my hand-drawn boss fight? Let's start with Ahsoka, and I'm adding way more this video, maybe even you. Ahsoka's done, now Darth Sidious right beside Vader shooting lightning. And Yoda obviously on the high ground with Obi-Wan. I'll show you how much damage they all did at the end, by the way.
Add Darth Nihilus.
Who even is Darth Nihilus? Turns out he can absorb the force from entire planets. He's definitely added. Bet the dragon's scared now. But next is a classic, the Millennium Falcon. Putting it in the sky right here. What's your favorite Star Wars ship? Leave a comment.
Add a YouTube member.
Okay, sure, why not? Here you go.
Membership's only 99 cents.
Take his word for it. And lastly, let's add some Mandalorians. One on the ground and one in the sky. Okay, time for the damage. Ahsoka did a little bit. Sidious did more. Yoda did even more. Now Nihilus, he's a monster. The Falcon did solid, and the Mandalorians, very respectable.
Question. Will there ever be a point where we do something other than just fight the boss? We try to reason with or calm him down instead?
You got a point. But do you have any ideas on how? I'm gonna crash out in this video. We've been fighting this massive white dragon for weeks now. But now you suggested that we should try to make peace with him. So let's start by giving him a chill pill. Didn't know he was chill like that. No wait, he's charging up for more attacks? What do we do? Give him a cheeseburger? Wait, that actually works maybe. And he roasted the guy. Guys, he's charging up even more. What do we do?
House falling on its head.
Okay, where does that house even come from? This fight is getting pretty ridiculous right now.
Add a black hole that makes the dragon's health bar smaller each day for 7 episodes.
Finally! Why do you guys keep hiding these ideas from me? I feel like I'm doom scrolling the comments all day to find good ideas for these videos, man. You need to make better comments. Actually, it, I'll do whatever the most liked comment says under this video. And I will put it on this paper. Don't disappoint me. Can the hardest, toughest and strongest characters do damage to the dragon boss? Alright, let's start with Doomslayer right on top of the dragon. His power is basically just anger. Why? Because Earth got invaded by demons. And even worse, his pet rabbit Daisy got unalived by them. He literally fought through hell multiple times just because he was mad. Okay, he's done, and I'll show you the damage he did at the end as always. Because we still gotta add Master Chief.
Make sure to like and follow.
And I'm giving him an energy sword. Did you know he literally survived a fall from orbit onto Earth? Yeah, many say he's invincible, or at least extremely lucky. I'll show you his damage at the end too, right after we add our toughest addition yet, Kirby. He inhales literal planets, guys, come on, he's really strong. Now let's check the damage of all 3. Guys, the fight might actually end next episode. If the dragon doesn't heal, it's literally over next time. Any ideas on what to add next? Wally West is the fastest alive, but apparently Sonic solos him. So a week ago, I added Wally West to my boss fight. And he managed to do a lot of damage because he's just so overpowered. Now then I kept seeing comments like these.
Archie Sonic chilling in the corner.
Y'all are forgetting, oh, your speed can still be measured.
Which is referring to this crossover comic they did.
I'm speed personified.
Then I am speed perfected.
So not only is this version of Sonic said to have beaten Wally West, he can also turn into Ultrasonic, which gives him the ability to control the bond of local atoms. So he's definitely worth adding to the boss fight. So do you fully believe he's faster than Wally West? Because I have my doubts. Which doesn't mean he isn't still very strong. And last time the dragon was already really low, so Sonic actually defeated the dragon. Yes, the fight is over. Wait, what's happening? I think the dragon's growing a second head. Oh no. Can Godzilla defeat this dragon that turned into a hydra last episode? Let's find out by adding him to the battle. And keep in mind, Godzilla destroyed King Ghidorah, and that beast had 3 heads. This hydra only has 2. This should be easy. So let's start drawing. As always, I'ma start with the outlines. And while I do that, do you think Godzilla will instantly defeat this dragon? Comment now and find out later. Okay, the basic outlines are done, but now let's add all the color. Make him look really dark and give him the blue light accents. Godzilla will obviously use the atomic breath. So let's draw the laser beam in here. While you like and follow, I guess. Okay, the atomic ray coming from Godzilla hits the Hydra, and the life bar is completely dropping. I think Godzilla solos this. And he did. But wait. What's happening to King Stickman? Something's weird. Find out in tomorrow's video. It's gonna be epic. Doesn't want it to end. Did him dirty again. Gang, make him do more damage.
Solo.
No. I have an idea. Let me summon it. I won't be able to summon creatures this strong any longer. I'm getting weaker with every summon.
King Stickman!
King Stickman? You're alive! Yes! What's happening? Oh my god, what was that? Ernest, did you see this?
No.
Did you see that giant thing? What was that?
I don't know. Let's just go home. The dragon is defeated anyways.
Okay, what did you think of this ending? It really interests me, so leave a comment. And if you still want to watch more, here's some more videos you could watch. See you in the next one.